Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L, and now a very quick video for the impressions for Sword Art Online Gale Online Episode 3 Fan Letter. Yeah, this was a pretty simple episode overall, but it's one of those episodes that really makes me think about, well, who's who in the series. So yeah, I'll just very quickly talk about it. So this was the story of how Len met M, and overall it continues being as engaging as Sword Art Online Alternative has been. It's still very rooted in the game, and it's pretty cool just to see just like the whole, not even training session, the ability measuring session with M was. It's cool to see that, and it's just cool to see how these two are operating in this in the squad jam. At the end of the day, it's a setup episode, but it's one that's like relying on the main dynamic between the two main characters that we already saw displayed in the first episode. And we also have like a few little cool little tidbits here and there, such as Pitto and just what she's doing with her life. We have a little bit more exposition on our main character's height problems, which I think, very fair when you're like surrounded by short people everywhere. Okay, I think yeah, you could get self-conscious about it. And we also have like a pretty interesting little tidbit from this author guy who might be the actual real life author. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure this is a cameo of the original author. I looked up his picture, it kind of looks like him. Anyway, not the point. Squad jam's going down. Len is teamed up with M. I do wonder how the other characters in the opening are going to play into this, but otherwise it's a pretty simple episode. Now for the cool part. I'm looking at this stuff, and initially when Pitto was introducing M, she mentioned that he was this gun nut, and then she also talked about how the author that was sponsoring this tournament, how he was also a gun nut. So I'm just thinking, what are the chances that the author and M are the same person? And I was talking to my friend, and it's would the guy really join his own competition? I'm like, yeah, he probably would, but whether or not he'd be good at it, who knows? That said, imagining M is actually the author guy, maybe not. But this episode's called Fan Letter, and it kind of culminates in Len sending a fan letter to her idol. I think her name was Ensa? Actually, let me just look that up again. Okay, yes, Kanzaki Elsa. Anyway, you have a girl sending a fan letter, and you have some importance being associated to Pitto and just her identity. Then you have Pitto not being able to come on to the day that the squad jam's happening because she's busy. Then you have the Elsa concert going on. It's alright, what are the odds that Elsa is actually a really good combatant in Gale Online, right? And then I think about okay, being an idol is probably really stressful. She probably needs to come onto this game in stress relief, although the idea of an idol coming onto a very realistic game by her standards and shooting people in a virtual realistic world, that's a very interesting little hobby to have. Not saying anything bad about it, but it's just a very interesting hobby. And I do wonder with her idol schedule if she can even have time to come online, but I guess she does. Anyway, not the point. I do definitely think Elsa is Pitto. That's what I think. Light novel readers, don't spoil it for me. I want to have some kind of illusion of surprise here, but that's what I'm thinking so far. That's where I'm putting my bets. It's actually Elsa, and Len's already met her idol, so that's cool. But that all things considered, when I was looking back at the fan letter, I was thinking back to fan letter culture in general, just the idea of sending fan letters to celebrities, and it's I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I would personally partake of that. I think it's a little bit different in YouTube, because I know some other big YouTubers get fan letters, and it's oh, that's really adorable. But YouTubers have fundamentally a different relationship with the public than a big celebrity does, especially Japanese idols. I mean, I know that the culture does allow for some interaction, but I still don't know about fan letter culture in general. That said, the idea of our main character, sending off a letter and just talking about how happy she is and how her song is helping her, I'm sure that'll brighten up someone's day, or if the person actually sat down to read it. That said, that's not really a big deal regarding the episode. We also got one other little detail in the episode, and that was a timeline placement for this series. And this series occurs after Kirito and Shion, I forgot her name. Anyway, after those two had their big deal with the bullet thingamajig, the bullet jam. I don't remember what it was called in the original Gun Gale, but hey, whatever. We got the placement that the author had seen this and then he wanted to make a tournament based around the team play. So cool. It means that no one's gonna die by death gun, or that guy who was just a guy that was going around with his crony killing people. Anyway, it's a very simple episode. I'm excited to see what next week's gonna be, and for that I found the preview, so I'll put up a video with the preview and we can chat about that once it comes around. But anyway guys, short video, but overall this episode, I enjoyed it. At the very least, this week was a pleasant week. Not the most exciting, but it's kind of cool. I think I'm already pretty invested in Gun Gale, so I'm probably going to be watching it for the remainder of the season. What kind of priority it'll have for me at this point really depends on how engaging just gameplay is. But we'll have to see. Anyway guys, let me know what you thought down below. Let me know if you have any theories about Elsa being the girl or Pito. If you're a light novel reader, don't even bother, because don't. But jokes aside, yeah guys, thanks for watching. Till next time, I hope you have a great day.